when a large railroad decided to leverage mobile technology for its conductors to assemble trains and manage pickups and drop-offs along routes using a new application, it turned to Stratix.
So our customer wanted to move from their legacy pen and paper workflows that were really slow and inefficient for them. So using iPhone with the proprietary train management application was a huge help. So it helped with higher efficiency, increased accuracy, and better real-time reporting included with improved data quality for them. Simply put, their users were largely familiar with Apple already, and specifically iPhone was a device that most of the users already had a firm familiarity with. So that lended to user friendliness right off the bat, and also just very powerful device that was backed by the security that Apple comes with in all of their products. The customer chose Stratix because our ability to scale was really far surpassed what they were able to do. So they didn't have the internal resources to configure and deploy 8,000 iPhones, but Stratix had the expertise to scale, and we cut the estimated deployment in half. There's a special requirement that the devices could not send or receive text messages or voice calls while trains are in motion. So that's per federal regulations, and we were able to set that up for them and test it, so there was assurance that that was going to be in compliance. We delivered the iPhone out of the box ready wherever they needed them to be across the country. So the results for the railroad, iPhone with train management app it's dramatically improving the accuracy and efficiency of train building processes system-wide. This has enhanced real-time reporting and data quality, and the railroad and its customers know the status of shipments real-time now.
As Stratix built our relationship with the railroad, they came to us with a new problem. With thousands of phone and data connections for its employees and rail network sensors, its telecom expenses were far too high. The railroad had used another telecom expense management provider, but weren't getting the results they needed. Stratix changed that.
We use a software platform like most companies, but really what sets us apart and kind of our secret sauce is the managed service behind it. So while we have the platform that pulls down all of the carrier invoices electronically, parses them out, gives a lot of great analytics and dashboards, we have a whole managed service team that's been doing this for over 2 decades. And really they're going in, they're getting to know our customers' accounts, they're understanding what are the pain points, what's the area of focus, maybe specific for that quarter, specific for that month. So we can do customized reporting. We can really hone in on what's important to the customer versus just using, the data that's coming strictly from the carrier sites. The average savings really varies customer by customer. So, I would say just ballpark, expect to see maybe a 10% savings. What we like to see though is upfront, you are going to see a large amount of savings. We get in there, we make sure we clean everything up. A lot of times there's some things from the past that haven't been looked at in a while, and you'll see a large upfront savings. But really the value that we bring is to then make sure that you never get past that baseline. So we're always making sure that once we've established your new baseline, that we're continuously looking for zero usage lines, erroneous charges. We're going back to the carrier and making sure that those are credited back. So overall, you'll see around a 10% savings, but a lot of that happens up front. And then we make sure that everything is steady state so you never get back to that point. And that can also be done through pointing out high data usage users, helping you kind of understand are there better rate plans that you should be on, and making sure that you're maintaining a data buffer and on the best plans possible. So interestingly enough, they were actually using a competitor of ours and had been on it in expense management platform for quite some time. What we found that they were struggling with though is that they had so many accounts across the board. So there were numerous accounts across their 50,000 lines, and they just didn't have good visibility to that. So what we were able to do is come in, start consolidating accounts, make recommendations for like carriers where we could consolidate down. Instead of having 10 accounts, maybe you only have 2 accounts in some cases. And then you can start to gain some efficiencies, but then better visibility into the invoicing as well. They really liked the platform. They felt like the platform was very straightforward. There's 2 sides of it. There's one where it's really meant for your telecom admins. So they're kind of going in, they're looking at all of your expenses, but then it also integrates into the ordering side of it. And that's where the end users are going in. So kind of two different sides of the house, but it brings it all together very nicely. And they felt like the way that end users and their admins could function with it was very, well laid out and integrates into ServiceNow as well. Overall, we were able to save them a significant portion of money. So we're saving them over $100,000 a month. Some of those savings we've been able to sustain, and we're looking at, continuously looking at their zero usage lines, making sure that their plans are on the right account. But overall, we've been able to save them over $1 million, which has allowed them to then reinvest that back into their mobility programs through refreshes and some other initiatives that they've had.